Welcome everybody to my latest video here with some more pickups. So yeah, I've been picking a lot of stuff up over the last 4-6 weeks since I've done a last sort of proper pickups video, and yeah, a lot of stuff building up. I keep meaning to do them, and yeah, I'm going to start getting through the stuff and then I can put it away, maybe play some of this stuff. So yeah, today this video is just going to be the stuff that I've picked up from CEX, like I say, over the last month or so. We got a couple of Mega Drive games, we got a couple of Xbox One games, got some 360, a couple of original Xbox, a couple of PS3, a PSP, a couple of N64 games, GameCube game, some Wii U games, and Nintendo Wii games. So yeah, I'll be back in a sec, and yeah, we'll start going through, and I'll show you what I've been picking up. Okay, so yeah, I've got all the games to one side of me now, just off camera, and we'll start going through them. So like I said, all this stuff is from CEX, either from in-store, I might have ordered a couple of bits off their online shop. So yeah, it's all paid with vouchers, so it hasn't cost me a great deal. So we'll start going through it. So we'll start off with a couple of Wii U games. I'm sort of going for a full set of Wii U, but I'm not going crazy. I'm not going on eBay and spending 250 quid on a game. You know, if I come across them at Car Boots or in CEX, if I've got the vouchers and I spot one I haven't got, then, you know, I'll get it. But like I say, I'm not going crazy for them. I think I'm about halfway through the full set. So but yeah, a couple I didn't have, and they're in my local store, so I had vouchers, so picked them up. So I got Pokken Tournament, £6 with vouchers. I'm not really into Pokemon, yeah, not my sort of thing, but this looks a bit of a sort of different take on sort of, you know, your standard Pokemon games. Looks like a bit more of a fighting game or something. So maybe I might stick that in at some point and give that a go. So like, yeah, these were in my local store and I had the vouchers. And I think this completes all the Sonic games now for the Wii U. So you've got Sonic Lost World Deadly 6 edition. Don't know if that means anything, but it was £20 and with vouchers again. And I think it comes with all the bits, so that's pretty cool. So yeah, good condition discs as well. So that's another couple of Wii U games ticked off the list. Moving on to some just normal Wii games. Saw this in my local store, and I'm a bit of a sucker for a racing game, and I'm picking up a lot of the games now that use just like the classic controller. I'm not a big fan of using the Wiimote and the nunchuck. I just can't seem to get on with it. So any sort of game now that I come across that I think, I'm being quite selective with what Wii games I do pick up. But yeah, ones you can use a controller with, I'll pick up if it's something I'm interested in. But yeah, it was only £2, so grab that. No idea about this, but it was £2. GeForce, and you know, I was just saying about using a controller. Well, this one doesn't, you have to use the nunchuck and that, but I don't know, I might not even keep that, to be honest with you. I don't know why I picked it up. But yeah, I paid £2. I might end up moving that on, and I might end up sending it to somebody, but yeah. But the rest of them, this one you can't use a classic controller on it, but I remember seeing someone talking about this game saying it was really good. So yeah, obviously you have to use the Wiimote and that, but I thought it was worth getting for it wasn't very expensive, wasn't it? A few pound or something. I can't remember who showed this now ages ago, and they talked about it and said it was a really decent game. So yeah, I look forward to giving this one a go. Yeah, you're like a mushroom or something that's crash landed on Earth, and yeah, just like a 3D puzzle adventure platforming sort of game. I don't know, but yeah, I remember someone saying it was pretty decent. So when I saw it, I had to grab it. Sonic Colors. This was a £5, but you can see you can use the GameCube controller on it as well. So yeah, happy to pick that one up. Going for a bit of a subset on the light gun game, well, the shooting games for the Wii, Chicken Riot. This wasn't very expensive. I don't think I'm too far off now getting all the shooting games for the Wii. There's a few more, but Wild West Shootout. I think this one's a bit more harder to come by. At the time, yeah, I thought I don't think there was many copies in CEX, and in eBay it goes for yeah, quite a lot more than what it does in CEX. And excuse me. There's what was I saying? Yeah, I can't remember how much I paid for it now, but it wasn't, compared to what it goes for on eBay, I got it really cheap. Another shooting one, and it's called Reload. I got this off CX Online, and it's basically it's just target practice. You don't actually shoot any sort of real like people or anything. It's just literally just targets. You know, those like targets that pop up of terrorists and whatever, and shooting ranges and stuff like that. Just looked a bit different, a bit, you know, a bit more unique. And it's like I say, I'm going for that bit of a subset. I think this was about £20 plus the postage from online with CEX. So happy to add that one. This is a pretty decent game. You can use the light gun game again, or you can use controllers, the GameCube and the classic controller, and it is Sin and Punishment. Yeah, successor of the Skies, and this looked really good, so happy to get that one. This one was offline as well. First time I ordered it, it came and it was a reprinted cover art and didn't have the manual. I can't remember how much it was now. It was like, I can't remember, was it between 20 and 30 quid? Yeah, and anyway, it come the second time and really nice condition, complete. So happy to stick that another shooting game into the collection. And then we've got a couple that I don't know, just seemed interesting. Like I say, I'm being a lot more selective with the Wii games that I do pick up. And I saw this one, and I can't remember how much it was now, but it was a pretty decent price. And I don't think there was many copies in stock. And it's a Tatsumiko versus Capcom. I don't know how you pronounce that. Tatsumiko. Yeah, and you can use obviously the controllers and the GameCube controller on this. Looks pretty decent fighting game, and yeah, happy to stick that one into the Wii collection. Yeah, the Wii collection's looking pretty decent. You know, it's there's not what they people call it shovelware. There's not a great deal of shovelware. You know, there's a lot of solid titles in my Wii collection, apart from, you know, the sort of like cheap shooting games. You know, and there's a couple of like cheap racing games, but apart from that, there's decent solid titles. And this is another one, Coraline. Sadly, you can't use the controller on this. You have to use the remote and nunchuck, which is a bit of a shame, but it's one that I got a feeling that might be one in the future that might, you know, really creep up in price. I mean, it's not cheap now. I can't remember how much I paid for it. I need to go back and look, but it was what, 15, 20 quid. I can't remember. But yeah, it looks an interesting game. So yeah, happy to add that one. So that is all the Wii games. Moving on to one GameCube game. Don't seem to pick up many GameCube games anymore. I only tend to pick them up if I find them at Boots, charity shops, or I might pick the odd one up from CX in store, you know. And this was only £2.50, and for a GameCube game I thought, oh, it was in my local store, and it's NHL 2003, and it was complete. So yeah, it's nice just to add a GameCube game to the collection. Don't add very many. And then we got a couple of N64 carts, and one was £6 and one was £8. I can't remember which way around. I think that was £8. Wave Race, great, like jet ski game, and yeah, it obviously came from a collector because they put one of the N labels on. So yeah, pretty cool. So happy to put Wave Race into the collection. And then we got Pilot Wings 64. Yeah, never played this one before, and I think this was like £6 from in my local CX as well. So yeah, happy to pick that up. That puts my N64 collection to about, I don't know, 12 games now. I've not got a great deal for the N64. It's a console that sort of totally skipped me by, and yeah, just never had one, never really ever played on one, you know, when they came out and that. And it's something that, you know, a year or so back I picked up an N64, and I just buy the odd game here and there just to, you know, to have a go. But I've got no real sort of, you know, attachment or anything like that for the N64. But yeah, it's nice to pick the odd game up for it. Anyway, we're moving on to PlayStation. There's only 3. So we've got a PSP game, Frantics. It was £2 from local CX, and it's tackle over 180 levels in the most exciting 3D puzzle adventure. So for £2, don't know too much about it, but yeah, for that sort of money with vouchers, give it a go. Yeah, I'm always going into my local CX, and it's just the same PSP games over and over again every time I go in, and don't seem to add and don't seem to get many new games in for the PSP. So when I come across one that I haven't got in the collection, and I'll pick it up. I think I picked this up not that long ago on the 360, but I'd rather have it on the PS3, and it is Full Auto 2. Actually, I'm not sure if it might have been the first one that I picked up. But yeah, £3. Yeah, happy to get that for the PS3. I might actually put it in another case because this case is really grubby. But the disc's pretty good condition. Let's put that there. And then this one again, I might give the case a clean up, or even, I think I've got Lotus PS3 spare cases, decent ones. So if it doesn't clean up, I'll just replace the case. But yeah, got Road Warrior. I don't think this was very, when it came out, I don't think it got very good reviews. I think so anyway. I might be talking out my ass, but no, I don't think it got very good reviews when it came out. But apparently it's not meant to be that bad of a game. Is it third person or first person sort of combat game? I'm not too sure. One or the other anyway. But you know, it's one that I will play and give a go at some point. Moving on to some Xbox stuff. Got 2 original Xbox games. Got Without Warning, Capcom game. Don't know too much about it. I think I've got it on the PS2, but I've never played it. So the trouble, isn't it, when you pick so many games up, finding them at car boots and all that, and stuff for cheap, and they just sit in the shelf, don't they, and just don't get played. But yeah, I don't seem too bad of a game. I mean, it's a Capcom title, so it's a terrorist hunt game by the looks of it. So yeah, we'll we'll give that a go maybe at some point. And then we've got Oddworld, Stranger's Wrath. Never played this one, obviously, and yeah, the Oddworld games, especially back in the early ones, really good games. But don't know too much about this one, and it was £4 from a local CEX. So yeah, we'll get that one and stick that one in the collection. Moving on to a few 360 games. You've got 4. So we've got Borderlands Double Game add-on pack for £2. So I believe this is probably what, just like DLC, is it? Put on a separate disc. Yeah, £2 for that. Local CEX. Actually, all these, no, sorry, yeah, they were all from my local CEX. You got Thor, God of Thunder. The DS one is really good. I really enjoyed that game. But I don't know what the 3D version for the consoles would be like. So for a £5, I picked that up. This one, never heard of it. Saw it on the shelf and saw it was a shooter, a shmup, as I like to say, and it looks a bit of a bullet hell shmup. And it's Akaya Katana, and it was £15 with vouchers, again in my local store. And you can see there, it looks proper bullet hell. But yeah, I don't know too much about this. Just spotted it on the shelf, and pretty decent condition. A slight tear to the manual, but apart from that, it's not bad. And yeah, I like the odd shoot 'em ups. I'm not the best of them, but I don't know if it's any good. If any, you know, I know there's a lot of people out there that that watch my videos that's into their shoot 'em ups, and yeah, is it any good? Let me know. I'm sure I'll give it a go anyway at some point. But yeah, never heard of that one. And then this one, I was really happy to see this in my local CEX, and I'm not sure if there's any. Excuse me, I've still got a bit of a bad throat. I'm not sure if they've got any more of these in stock in CEX, and on eBay there's not many for sale on there either. It seems to be a pretty obscure game. So when I saw it on the shelf in my local, yeah, I had to pick it up. I had to get it, and it is the Serious Sam collection. Then it was £12. I think it's in CEX now. I think it's gone up to 20. I'm not, like I say, I don't know if there's any in stock, but I did notice that it's shot up to £20 now. So yeah, for getting it for 12, and this was probably only about a month ago. Yeah, looks really good. Played a bit of the second one, I believe. Yeah, pretty good, fun games. And this collection, I don't know if it'll focus. Will it focus? There you go. No. There you go. Anyway, it says Serious Sam HD first encounter, Serious Sam HD second encounter, Serious Sam 3 BFE, Serious Sam 3 Dual Honor, and Serious Sam double DXXL. So yeah, it doesn't come in the manual because it would have it's got all the text inside. But yeah, really happy to pick that one up. We've got a couple of Xbox One games. Scream Ride. So I believe you create your own roller coasters and stuff and then ride them. That was £3. And then you've got Samurai Showdown, £4. Classic sort of SNK fighting game. Yeah, can't go wrong for £4. Give that one a go. And then last two things, got 2 Mega Drive games, and to be honest with you, I'm not too sure if one of them is a reprinted cover or if it's faded. I'm not too sure, but it's got its manual and everything. It's an original car. I don't know. I'm going to keep it anyway, but if anybody knows, let me know in the comments. But first of all, we got Ren and Stimpy. Stimpy's presents Stimpy's invention. Nice condition. Blue spine. Yeah, looks pretty decent. I don't know too much about it, but it was in my local CEX, and it was like, I can't remember what price is. If you're that, what's the name, interested in knowing, then have a look up and see what they go for on CEX. But I don't know if this is a receipt. This is a receipt. No, I don't know where the receipt are. I did have it somewhere, but they were pretty decent prices anyway. It was like 18-20 quid or something like that. I don't know. But yeah, happy to put that. It's got the hang tab. Ooh, hang tab. It's got Sega sticker. Sega sticker. And got its manual. Nice condition cart. Very happy with that. Goes for, a fair bit more on eBay in this condition. £30 plus. I'm sure it was only about 20 quid. Yeah, talked enough about that anyway. But and then this is the one that I'm a bit unsure about, but it's Pinocchio. Another blue spine one, and it looks nice condition. Never played this game. Obviously, Disney platforming game. I don't know how it holds up, compared to like some of the other Disney games. But it's got this manual, like a black and white one. Cart is original, but this, I don't know if the camera's going to be able to tell. I'm not sure. Can you see the colour difference? See, Stimpy the blue's a lot darker, with the Pinocchio it's a bit of a lighter blue. I don't know if the camera really picks it up. You can sort of see the colour difference. So yeah, I don't know if, it fit the actual, the inlay. It feels genuine. It feels like, feels like it should. So I don't know. I don't know if it's a reprinted cover, it's just faded, but it wouldn't have faded the whole thing. So yeah, I'm a bit unsure if it is a genuine artwork or not, but it doesn't matter anyway. It's I'm not going to take it back. Yeah, you can sort of see now, can't you, the different, how dark that looks to that one. Is it supposed to be like that? I had a quick look on like what people were selling on eBay, and it was hard to tell the difference of the color of the blue or not. But yeah, it's come complete anyway, and it it's all in pretty decent condition, so I'm not going to take it back anyway, so I'm going to keep it. But yeah, happy to stick another couple of Mega Drive games into the collection out of my local store. I put a video out, my last video, about stuff that I was going to take into CEX to get some vouchers, and I had my eye on a couple of things in CEX, which I said on that video, and these were the things I had my eye on, these two Mega Drive games. So I wanted to get that voucher. I wanted to make that video to get them vouchers to see if I could get these, and I was hoping when I went along that they were going to be a decent condition with manuals and everything, and it turns out, yeah, they weren't too bad. So yeah, that is it. That is all my pickups for CEX. Sort of last 4 to 6 weeks. I keep saying it, but there will be more pickup videos to come. I've still got a lot of stuff, and just looking from here, there's an NES game, there's a box Game Boy Advance game. We got some decent figures, loads more games, some more N64 carts, one which I found at a car boot sale for £2, cart only. It's like a £40 to £50 cart, so that was really good. We got a box only for a console, we got loads of stuff. We've got Blu-rays, controllers, a lot more stuff to go through. And yeah, I'm not too sure if I might film another pickup straight after this one. I'm not too sure. And then release it in a few days. We'll see. Just looking as well, yeah, I've got a couple of gifts off a friend, a few decent bits. So yeah, that is it for this video. I've waffled a bit. Apologise for my raspy voice. Still got a bit of a sort of croaky throat. So yeah, that's it. And yeah, until the next time. Yeah, that's it. Take it easy. Stay safe. Bye-bye.